Let's see, we're gonna wait here till we get enough people on here. Let me fix the color first. There we go. See if we can get that to go. We'll wait here for a few minutes to see how many people we can get first. Yeah, today we're gonna have just open discussion, guys. Anybody can talk about anything if they want. As soon as we get some people on here. There we go. We got one on here. Let's see. 5 on here. Good. We're starting to get some more. 8. So, guys, where you guys all from tonight? Let's see who we got on here too. Okay, Alberta. I got Rick on here. Got Keith Trask. How you doing, Keith? JM. Hi, sir. Can you explain the new guidelines for tourists? There's nothing going on for tourists right now. It's just ballot buy-ins. So anybody that's married, they're coming in. But there's nothing going on for tourists yet, JM. Let's see. We got Chicago on here. I know there's been some like people saying that stuff going on for tourists. I haven't heard nothing unless there's something new that just come out just recently I didn't hear about, but nothing I've seen. Listening from Wells, England. There we go. Yeah, we've been waiting for some people from Europe, so that's good, Keith. Let's see, I've been to Weymouth, England, and Portsmouth, England. My submarine used to pull in there. Let's see, Keith Trask, all good. Thanks, Steve. Nice to be live with you. Thanks, Keith. Yeah, if you guys got any questions you want to shoot at me, just feel free. Let's see here. But to get back to that guidelines, JM, is that something you heard recently? Did you hear something change? Because I haven't heard anything as of today. Just for the SRRV people, they're opening up the process for people over 50 again. So that opened back up. Let's see. Do you have any experience in Mexico, sir? No, I do in Belize, though. I do. I used to own a store in Belize, which is right below Mexico and right next to Guatemala. Belize is really beautiful. It's actually a very nice country. Hello again from San Francisco. There we go. How you doing, Sean? Not far from me, about 50 to 80 miles. Okay. Let's see. Are they approving SRRV visas now? No, they said on May 10th they have to sign some papers and then things are going to open back up for 50 or older, I guess. So that would be everybody 50 or older. I would imagine that includes veterans and everything, guys. So things are changing, but it's going to be a long time because of the vaccines and stuff. But maybe they'll open up for people that have been vaccinated. See, Kyle says, evenings. Steve, traveling in Texas now. Atmosphere here is relaxed. Very few people wearing masks. That's good. I wish it was like that here because, I think we're right now in quarantine for the next 2 weeks, and I think they're going to extend that even longer. Let's see. JM says, I saw another YouTube channel that tourists just apply for a visa online prior to arriving in the Philippines. I haven't heard that one. That's true for SRRV visas. I think that person is kind of confused. I have heard nothing about any openings for tourists yet, and I read all the news. I read tons of news today. That's something I haven't seen. That's interesting though, that somebody's actually saying that. Hello from Florida, Ken says. How you doing, Ken? JM, who was the vlogger that said that? I'm gonna go check that out later on. Just curious. Do you remember who it was? So can I apply for the SRRV visa now? On the 10th, Kyle. On the 10th you can. I believe after the 10th. You can watch my video about that and you can contact the lady on there and she'll help you with all your questions and stuff like that if you want to go through the SRRV process. When you sign up for when you go through the SRV process, what most people don't know is this, okay? Is that when you pay the application fee, that also pays for the agent to help you. They'll pay an agent to walk you through the whole process. If you just walk into their office and don't have an agent. You have to do everything yourself. It's best to use the agent because you already paid for it, and they'll take you to get the medical exam. There's a lot of little secrets that the agents know that that will save you money and stuff like that. That the people in the PRA won't tell you sometimes. They'll tell you, but you have to ask. You know, and sometimes they get busy and they just won't tell you everything. Okay. See, Sean, will all the flip flop going on over there? When do you personally think travel bans from the United States will be lifted? We want to come back and for family and business. Yeah, Sean. I mean, that's a tough one because I mean, we're below 2% on the second shots right now. I mean, I did that video on that the other day. So I mean, last I heard was Duterte said, you know, something about hitting 50% or something like that. That was something that I read online. You know, not 70% like some people recommend. He said if we hit 50%. That was in an article that I read. So I mean, it's going to be a while, you know, because it's slow. It's not moving fast. I don't even see any advertisements for shots around here or anything yet. So, and the VA has been a little bit slow on that too. So we'll see how it goes. 9A is back on, but with DFA letter like before. Yeah, you need the DFA letter. That's for sure. Yeah, I don't think tourists though is going to open up at all yet. Good morning from Amman, Jordan. Good morning. So we got more people. That's good that we're getting other countries on here. Let's see. Life in the Philippines, a black person's point of view channel. Has the tourism industry collapsed in the Philippines? Basically, yeah. I mean, there's places that are open, and when they open up a little bit, it's like sometimes they open up for a week or two. Like we went on vacation, they were busy. I mean, they were filled up, you know. But then all of a sudden they shut down again, and those places are dead, you know. Far From Home says, hit the thumbs up, guys. Thanks, Far From Home. Kyle says, hell yeah, I'm coming home. Where do I look again? Yay. Let's see, Dwayne Frechette, hey, call after the stream. All right, Dwayne, I will. Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of people keep asking me that question about opening up. I mean, as you can see, you know, even with the SRRV people, you gotta write, you gotta get permission to come back in here, and it takes like 2 to 3 months to get that. And these are people that have paid, you know, a lot of money to get these visas and stuff like that. That's why I don't think it's gonna be that quick. I don't think it's gonna be that quick, guys. You know, I mean, I know a lot of people are getting their hopes up. They want to see their girlfriend, you know, or their wife. They want to get back in here, and it's simply not that easy because the shots is going to be the main thing, you know, and that's what they're waiting for. Greetings from Hamburg, Germany. There we go. That's good that we're getting people from Europe, so I'm happy about that. That's why we've been doing this midnight thing. What's the chances of the Philippines becoming another Hong Kong? Actually, Manila is almost kind of, you know, getting that way right now. It's actually doing pretty good. You know, if you're talking about business-wise, you know, but if you're talking about, you know, becoming part of China, then that's a whole different ball game. You know, I don't think it'll become part of China, no. About how much would it cost me to hire a live-in maid? JM, that's a good question because I'm going to tell you, for live-in maid, it's usually about anywhere from $80 to $200, depending on the person, you know, and how good the maid is and stuff like that. And you have to cover their Phil health and all that stuff, and you have to feed them. So it's usually about 100, 150, somewhere in there. Some people pay a little bit more, some people pay less, some people even pay 80 and get away with it. So it really depends on you know, on you and how good the maid is too. See, thanks for the flash on the SRRV. We'll be emailing Maria Rose. It's actually Mary Rose, but yeah, some people call her Maria too. Let's see. Keith says, have my second vaccine next Saturday, and if they bring in the IATA digital travel doc, I'm sure will help everyone. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that they do bring that in, actually. That'd be nice to have. But a lot of the airlines have already adopted that already. Okay? And Keith says, always great vlogs. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that, Keith. We got some other stuff coming out about banking and also about the ACR card for the new guys, for the newbies that don't know what an ACR card is, and for the new guys that don't know how to open an account over here. So there's a lot more stuff coming up. I have something coming up in about 2 hours. I think there's a drop going on. I did a couple of videos because a lot of people have been asking. So we have a couple of good drops going on today. $200 a month or a week? That's a month, JM. That's a month for the maid. Okay? 80 to 200. That's US dollars, Dwayne. But that means you have to pay for their food, their housing, all that stuff. So good morning from La Jolla, California. There we go. Thanks for joining us, Doris. It's good to have a girl on here for once. Let's see. Sometimes we have Mary on here too. Minimum wage of a maid and PI is $5K. Yeah. Some people pay less though. I've seen people pay 80, yeah, but yeah, it's usually around 100. And do a lot of expats hire maids while they are in the Philippines, sir? Yes, they do. Yep. Space Star 12, hello. So we got Britain online here. That's good. Kyle says, I have been vaccinated. Are they really letting SRRV visas in? Well, they're accepting the applications for people over 50. So that's what we're hearing from Mary Rose. And if you guys want to sign up to do that, you can talk to her. She'll help you, and she gets paid by the PRA, by the way, so you don't have to pay for her. Okay? Let's see. Mary's here. We were just talking about you, Mary. Just made it. We have another girl on here tonight too. So we got 2 girls on here, which is unusual. Have you been to Thailand? Why did you choose Philippines instead of another Asian country? Loves music, says. Because my girlfriend was from here, and we started talking online, and that's why I chose the Philippines. I had been to the Philippines before. I was married to a Filipino a long, long time ago, back in the 80s. Let's see, Blue Dale says, fine, ignore me then. Sticking with sunshine and the P in future, bye-bye. Okay, Blue Dale, thanks. I didn't see you up. I didn't see any of your stuff on here. I didn't ignore you. I just didn't see you. Dwayne Frechette, 5K is 400 a month. No, that's not. 5K is like about $100 a month. Dwayne, that's wrong. You're talking, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you that's wrong. JM, are most of the maids old, or is it common to find a young one? You can find both. Most of them, they come here from the provinces, and they're willing to work, and some of them are younger, some of them are older. Mark Smith says, hello, are you on a tourist visa? No, I'm on the SRRV. And no, the 3-year rule does not apply to me because I'm on the SRRV. My visa is good for another 3 years from now because I just upped it. And then they changed it to a year. So next time I do it, I can only get 1 year, and then I pay $10 for every year for a new ID card. And I'm here forever. I never have to leave. I never have to fly out. Yeah. Mike D says, your math is busted, Dwayne. Divide by 48. Let's see. Bye, Felicia. Mary Morris, yeah, 5K is $100. Yeah, Dwayne, you get your math wrong. Let's see. Blue Dale says, okay, I forgive you. Thanks, Blue Dale. I really appreciate that. If I come to the Philippines for a holiday and then decided I don't want to leave, what process or visa should I do? Well, it depends. It depends on how much money you have, really. You could do the retirement visa if you're over 50, but you have to have a lot of money. You might want to check out the Philippine Retirement Authority website if you're interested in that, Space Star, okay? Otherwise, just keep doing the tourist visa. It doesn't hurt. You just leave every 3 years. Fly out, go to Hong Kong for the weekend or something. Let's see. If Thailand opens first, would it be a good idea to go there or wait until the Philippines opens? I'd be patient, man. I'd be saving my money right now if I was you guys. Dwayne, your math is wrong. 5,000 pesos divided by like 47. That's where you're going wrong. I don't know where you get the 12. Mary Rose Miranda, hello all. Steve just emailed you the latest IATF travel advisory. Let's see. All right, I'll check that out, Mary Rose. All right. Thanks for that. That's good to know. I'll check it out later, and I'll put it out there. Either probably not tonight, but probably tomorrow morning. Okay. Thanks for that, Mary Rose. Guys, Mary Rose is on here right now. She's the SRRV lady. You know, she's the lady that helps us with that. Let's see. No, Dwayne, we're not talking 5,000 a year. We're talking 5,000 pesos a month. That's what we're talking about. I think that's where you're getting mixed up. Let's see. Kyle says, Mary Moyers, get in touch with me. I need your help. Mary Moyers, oh, US dollars, 5,000. No, we're not talking dollars. Somebody's getting confused here. It's 5,000 pesos a month for a maid. Okay. Blue Dale, if I close my eyes, I'm listening to Matt Damon or Ben Affleck. Thanks, Blue Dale. How's the VA and the PI? Is it difficult to make appointments for service connected? No, not at all. It's actually very easy. Can't wait to see my girlfriend in Coron. Already booked my ticket for February 23rd, 22. There we go. Man, you booked way out. Uchina Marisa. Hi, Steve. Good morning to you. Greetings from Tokyo. Thanks. Dwayne, you said 12 months in a year. Yeah, there are. There's 12 months in a year. I mean, we're not... I think you're confused on something, Dwayne. Will everyone speak English? Will you be able to communicate in writing English even with authorities, utilities? Yes. For the most part, yeah. Everybody here speaks English for the most part. Very few don't, you know. This week it's the IATA travel pass. Next week it's a microchip in your arm. Okay. Martin Harvey says 5,000 PHP is 103. Yeah, that's right. So it's right around that amount for a maid. Could you do a few more videos on cheap long-term rentals, please? Yeah, Space Star 1, we're going to be doing some of those. It's just that we're in ECQ right now, so we shouldn't even be walking around doing any of those. But I will do some more, definitely. Dwayne Frechette should have said so. I believe I did. That was for the month. Be very careful when hiring the maid. Do your vetting. Yes, definitely. Up late, Steve. JGBK says. Yeah, I did this a few nights ago, too. LOL, this conversation. Yeah, exactly, Mary. Polycarp says, hello, Steve. Hope all is well from the van life. How you doing, Polycarp? Let's see. Robert Nelzinski. Hello from Derry, New Hampshire. There we go. Is it possible to obtain a tourist visa and enter the Philippines now? No, not at all, Robert. Tourist visas are, I tell people they're not going to be up for a while until we hit at least 50%. That's what Duterte was talking about. 50% of the people have to be vaccinated before he thinks he's going to open up everything. And I would imagine that he's talking about tourist visas too. JM says, is Cebu a good place for a first-timer in the PI, or do you recommend Manila? Cebu is good. I don't recommend Manila. I recommend outside Manila. Dwayne, Jem's Lifestyle only said 5K is minimum wage for a maid. Yeah, and we were talking in dollars at the time. No. She's talking 5K a month, like as in pesos, Dwayne. Also, there is significant time delay. I'm on the other side of the world. Okay. I don't think there will be any tourist travel this year to the PI. Just my opinion, says JG. Too much to get done in 2021. Yeah, you're probably right, man. I agree with that. Yeah, I don't think much is going to happen. If they do open up, it'll be because you have a vaccine. Then they might let you in. Sun Moon says, is it difficult to acclimate to the heat and humidity when you first arrive? Not really. If you come over here during the summer, I think it'll be the same as back in like New England or Massachusetts. It's just that the humidity here is a little bit, rough sometimes, especially like today. It was really, really sticky outside. Dwayne Frechette, dude, I understand. Let it go. Okay. No, I'm going off of what somebody else said, Dwayne. So we got another person here from New England. That's cool. From Robert there. So Robert, are you planning on coming here as an expat to live here permanently? Let's see. What's my favorite Filipino food? Um, wow. I'm not really big for Filipino food. Most of the time I eat American food over here, to be honest with you, Uchino. You know? But if I had to pick something, probably chicken. The way they cook chicken. I'm okay with their chicken. It's good. You know, my girlfriend makes really good barbecued chicken. So, yeah, as far as acclimating though, I mean, we have our days over here when it gets really hot. When I got off the plane, JG says, when I got off the plane in Manila and stepped outside at midnight, that heat and stink punched me in the face. Yeah, man, when you first come over here, there's like a special odor in the air in Manila, and you never forget that smell. And I hadn't been here for years when I came this time, for over 20 years, and I remembered that airport smell and the smell in the air. It was like bringing back a lot of memories. It's really weird. See, I live in Croatia, but let's see. Mario says, I live in Croatia, but in future I will come to Philippines and live, work. I have only 21 years now, so it's too early. Yeah, you got a long ways to go. Mary Moore says, not even pork lechon. I'm not a big pork eater. I'll have pork chops over here. My girlfriend cooks up pork chops all the time. You know, but even that, I slow down on pork chops just because it's not good for you. Mont Joe 01. Good morning, Steve. How you doing, Monty? See, Mark Smith. I don't understand how they will open it up at all. Only 1% is vaccinated. Every country opens based on local vaccination rate, which will never reach 70% in the Philippines. Not even anytime soon. I kind of agree with that, Mark. That's why I've been telling people it's going to be a while, and they're so slow on this. It's crazy, but they did say when they hit 50% that they might open up. So I'm just going by what they're saying, you know. But to hit 50%, it's going to take a long time at the rate they're going, and especially when you got 7,000 islands to hit, you know. Let's see. JG says I very much enjoyed the tocino. Uchino says, ha, that's a unique smell. That's unique smell, only in the Philippines. Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, that smell brought back so many memories when I got off in the airport there, you know. It was really weird. And as soon as I stepped outside, I was like, wow, you know, like the Philippines has a very special smell up in Manila. And it takes you like months to really get that smell out of your nose, and then all of a sudden it just disappears one day and it doesn't bother you anymore. I'm looking at getting a DFA letter if possible and coming in on the 9A with a medical justification, dental, laser, etc. Was set to come in last February. Yeah, that's possible, Mike. You know, I mean, I know people are coming in that way, you know. Let's see. Heidi says, hello from San Diego. How you doing, Heidi? We got another girl in here. So we got 3 in here tonight. This is good. Interesting. Heidi, are you a Filipina, or are you planning on coming over here to retire? Let's see. LO, I wish I was only 21. Let's see. Uchino. American food is pretty expensive unless you cook at home. Yeah. I mean, it's not really that expensive. I find hamburgers out here once in a while. It's fairly cheap. I find some American foods around here every once in a while, frozen foods and stuff like that. Do you know if KBR or Dynacor are still hiring U.S. expats out of the PI? I'm not sure. I'm not too that familiar with those companies, JM. Sperlin Edwards, if I want to get out of the United States and wait for the Philippines to open up, what country would you suggest that's close to the Philippines? Wow, I don't even know which ones are open right now. You know, as soon as Vietnam opens up, I would say, you know, you could go there to wait. Thailand's having like I don't know what's going on in Thailand. Thailand's getting really weird lately. It's not as cheap as it used to be, and there's a lot of things going on there where they're giving favoritism to the Chinese. So, but you could go to Thailand still. I would say wait it out like in Malaysia, you know, someplace like that, or maybe Vietnam. Those 2 places, because they're both reasonable to stay in. How do you like the food in the PH? I like the food that from the restaurants and stuff like that, and I'm okay with some of the food around here. I don't eat that much Filipino food. Let's see, Mary Moore's. I was thinking Bali. It's close to the PI. Yeah, Bali is good too, Mary. That's fairly reasonable there too. Dwayne Frechette. Most people who are unvaccinated will have had the disease and survived it by this time next year, probably, Dwayne. But India is having like a big plight up there, man. I think we could become the next India, if this breaks out. And that's probably why they're locking everybody down with these quarantines right now. I mean, because we're in another 2-week quarantine, and it looks like that's going to be extended too. And we've already been on this for about a month now. Steve, would you take a Sinovac vaccine or Pfizer made? Curious about COVID passport. I don't know, man. I wouldn't take any Chinese vaccine. I'm kind of like in the middle about this whole vaccine thing right now. I'm okay with like Hep B vaccines and all those old vaccines, but this one here, I don't know. There's something doesn't click right with me. That's just my feelings on it. I'm not anti-vaccine or pro-vaccine. I'm kind of in the middle, because I do believe in the older vaccines because they do work and they do save lives. Hello from Oregon. How you doing, Stephen? Let's see. Pete Rocks Oxley. Can you apply for retirement visa as soon as you are 50? Yes, you can. Heidi R. I was born in Manila. My family emigrated to the U.S. in 1968. I visited several times. I want to spend about 6 weeks every year there. That's probably all my husband can take. That's too bad, Heidi. Philippines is a fun place. It's a good place to retire. Space Star 112. Do they have all you can eat restaurants in the Philippines? If so, are they expensive or not? I go to they have a whole bunch of them, and some of them are not that expensive. No, depends on which one you go. They have all you can eat chicken wings for like $4 with a drink and rice. Okay, and then you can go to all you can eat steak house, which is Prime Steakhouse. I actually did a story about that place, and it's like $14 for all you can eat steak, which is really, really good. And the steaks are really good too. They're American steaks and Australian steaks. Let's see. JG, I'm in between first and second shots of the Pfizer. So far, everything is fine. Chomp on this. Let's see. Hi, Steve. Is it easy to find vegan food in the Philippines? Yeah, pretty much. You can go to the markets here, the wet markets, and get all the veggies and stuff that you want. Mary's telling Chomp, I watch vegan blogger family, and they are always eating out. Yeah, this food you can get around here, Let's see. I think the UK is proof that vaccines work. All the vulnerable have now been vaccinated, and there are hardly any deaths now. A lot of areas have no COVID at all. That's good to hear, man. We're getting ready. Let's see. Doris says we're getting ready to retire in the next few years and deciding to retire there in Batangas. So you'll be close to me, Doris. Batangas, that's where I go on vacation. If you go back, you can see my vacation in Batangas at Barracuda. It's actually a nice place. Let's see. Ariel Batista says, my family took the JJ vaccine over a month ago. No issues, but I know that they are letting in the SRRV app back. Yeah, but they're accepting the applications, but I'm not sure if they're going to let people in to do those. I'm not sure how that's going to work, Ariel. I mean, you could talk to Mary Rose more about that, about the SRRV. She has more knowledge about that if you're interested in doing that. She's the perfect person to go to. Watch that video, and you can send her an email. Greeting, peeps. Jess from LA. Let's see. Chomp also says, thanks, Steve and Mary. You're welcome, Chomp. Kenneth Robinson. I took both shots of Pfizer and didn't have any problems. Yeah, some people, I know a lot of people don't have problems. I don't know about the long-term effects on some of that stuff. And also there's blood clots. And I had a blood clot before, so I worry about that. And they run in my family. Hopefully they don't eliminate, Mike says, hopefully they don't eliminate the 35-year-old provision on SRV. Otherwise, I'll have to pick somewhere else for immediate residency. Fully vaccinated as of the 20th and the second week wait after. Okay. See Doris Lemons, great. Mary gives thumbs up. K Fox says, good evening from Germany. Hope everything is okay. How you doing, K Fox? Oh, we're getting a lot of regulars on here. That's good. I like that. Most Asian countries rely on tourism to a high degree. That is why I think that they will accept that they have to open up sooner or rather than later and will adopt the IAT passport system this year. Andy, you might be right because there's talk about the IATA and they have been talking about that. So that gives us some hope. And I did do that story the other day about that, because nobody really ultimately knows. I mean, we're all guessing over here just like everyone else. But I mean, the IAT does give us some hope that they're going to have some sort of passport system to let people in here. So that's a good thing. I had the AstraZeneca, let's see, Capern says, I had the AstraZeneca vaccine, headache for 2 days, but okay after that. Let's see. JG says, Steve, I received a survey from PAL Airlines if I would be willing to travel to the Philippines in a travel bubble. Interesting. That's kind of interesting. See, Chris says, Net Most Wanted on YouTube will tell you all about the COVID tests and vax, not what they seem. Yeah, I keep hearing all kinds of stories. Everybody has all these different theories and conspiracy theories, and some of them they're debunking now. So I don't know, and some of them might be factual. Taking second Moderna shot on Tuesday, can't convince brother, but at least he won't be infected by me. See, Jeff Bradburn says, hello, Steve. Hey, Brett. Hey, Jeff. K Fox, in 2 weeks I get my second shot, BioNTech. I haven't heard that one. First, no problems or side effects. John D. Hyphen from Texas. How you doing, John? Mike D. Same here, Jess. Let's see. Mary Moyers. I agree, Andy. Kenneth Robinson. Have you ever been to Solano, Philippines? I have not, Kenneth. Never even heard of that. Anna, Steve, so far all cases of blood clots are women. Yeah, they're mostly people that have been taking birth control pills too. But in Norway they had some problems too, I heard. So I think that might have been blood clots too, but I haven't read up on that yet. But I did hear they had some problems over there. Jeeves Winston, could you talk about Belize? Belize is a great place to retire. If you want to retire cheap, you go inland. If you want to retire, a little bit more expensive, you stay out like in the islands and stuff. But it can be a little bit more expensive than the Philippines, although the Philippines is catching up. I mean, as far as housing costs, it's definitely cheaper in the Philippines. Let's see. A couple of years when I retire, plan to spend a year diving. Maybe a video on your Belize experience. Yeah, I might do something like that. I think I've talked about that before, though, Jeeves. Way back. I think in one of my videos, if you go back, you can find something like that. See, Wells Family Journal. I'm Pfizer, fully vaxxed, just waiting to get over there without the wife. She wants to stay in the States and keep working. Not this guy. I'm retired and ready. There we go. One guy died in Oregon. Yeah, I heard that one. John D says, hi from Texas. How you doing, John? I really just want to go to Manila. Don't care much for the boonies. Maybe Davao. Yeah, Manila's fun. Uchino says, Steve, why some expats channel vlog herb charge some money to watch their live streams? I salute you every time you made a vlog. I've learned so much from you as well. Yeah, I don't need any extra money, Uchino. I mean, I know they do that, the super chats and stuff like that, and I just don't believe in that because I'm making enough money for people watching my ads, and I'm thankful that you guys do watch my ads. So I do get some money off of that. I mean, if you guys really support me, watch my ads. That's all I ask, So, let's see. Kate Fox, BioNTech is Pfizer. Okay. Start to build Amacon in our province, Cebu province soon. 3 vax locations shut down, over 18 at each location. Bad reaction effects last week. The Pfizer vax, I think it was. That's interesting. So that's what I'm saying. There's things going on sometimes, but I mean, I could see that maybe some of them weren't refrigerated or something like that somewhere along the line, and that can happen too. So that you can have some sort of problem. Let's see. I was tested for my COVID a month after my vaccine, and it came back negative. Okay, that's good. In Belize, Foreigners can own land, I believe. Yes, you can. That's true. And they also have some sort of retirement plan there too, but I'm not sure how it works. You can look it up. They're pretty good on their visas, and they're easy. They're very easy, and there's a lot of expats there. In fact, you'll run into a lot of Americans there, a lot of Canadians. Here in Mass, we are opening up. PWDOC says vaccine available to all expat kids, all except kids. I hope for you, Southern Asia doesn't follow India. Yeah, I hope not either. But I get the feeling like we're heading that way, man. Even though we're in lockdown, 6 to 9 months you'll have access to top tier vaccines. That's what I'm hearing. We got stuff coming in now at the VA. Kyle says, Steve, is Mary Rose the same as Mary Morris? No. But Mary Rose was on here just a little while ago. She made a comment that she sent me something about the IATA. So I'm going to have to check that out later. And I'll probably, if it's something really big, I'll put that up. Let's see. I appreciate your thoughts and videos. No problem, man. Mary Moore has LOL, no. JGBK, I don't see ads. I have premium. Yeah, the premium, we also get money from premium too. JG, they give us a portion. When you watch our stuff, we get paid. We don't get much, but we do get paid. Malaysia allows ownership as well. The only stipulation is 1 million local currency for foreigners. About 200,000 K US dollars. Okay, interesting. Cadiz Wilmo says, hey Steve, hello from South Carolina. Have you sponsored lechon for a special gathering party? If so, how much is a lechon these days? Well, Cadiz, they have different sizes. You can get a baby one, you can get a big one, so the prices are all over the place. I'll have to take a picture of their sign someday. There's a place down the street that cooks it. Maybe I'll do a video on that place. But right now with ECQ, we can't even get over there, and a lot of the stuff is all closed up. You get to choose which ads to play. I don't like the long ads. No, we don't. I just let them play out. They pick and choose that. John D says you almost have 10,000 subscribers. Yeah, I do. We're getting really close. Probably within a week, I think. JM, to get back to the ad story though, each country has their own ads. So if you're in the United States, you're getting probably United States ads, and if you're in the Philippines, you get Philippine ads. So the CPM, what they pay you per 1,000 views is different by each country. Let's see. Mike D says Japan has rural land available to foreigners also. That's cool. Let's see. Petrux Oxley, can you buy to rent in the Philippines, or would I have to put them in my girlfriend's name? It has to go in your girlfriend's name. They don't get into that rent to buy scheme stuff. Usually they just want to sell it to you outright. Okay. Mary Rose is on here right now. She says that's MRV Miranda. That's Mary Rose. Okay, guys. Kyle Dedman, I am Mary Rose. Just listening here, as I have over 150 emails to reply to. So, yeah, she's getting a lot of emails from us guys. So she's kind of bombed. She's getting bombed by those emails. But do you think next year we can travel from the U.S. with 2-shot Pfizer vaccination without quarantine? Probably. Yeah, if they have the IATA thing. Mary Rose just sent me that thing. I don't know if that has anything to do with that. I'm going to have to read that later on, and I'll do a story tomorrow if it's something that's worthy of going up. I'll check it out, though. So Dwayne Frechette says, Steve is getting famous, y'all. Yeah, 10,000. That's not famous yet. The side effects of the different vaccination is not good, but same as other vaccine. It's at less than 0.01%. Check numbers comparing side effects versus number of vaccinations. Rick DeVry says, do you know if Bali is open? I'm not sure, Rick. That's something you have to look up on. I don't really keep up on other countries because I don't travel outside. So that's one thing I don't keep up. JG says, Steve, do you dabble in crypto at all? Yeah, I do a little bit. I have a Coinbase account. I have small amount to play with. The market is doing great overall, other than this past Friday. Yeah, JG, usually I stick with stocks, though. I like my stocks. Kyle Dedman says, MRV, okay to see you. I see you now. Thanks. You'll be hearing from me, Kyle says. So Mary Rose, you got a guy on here that says you'll be hearing from him. Kyle Deadman. Let's see. We got 6 people sick after the AstraZeneca vaccine in Norway. 2 died. That's from 120,000 vaccination with AstraZeneca. K Fox says, I don't talk much about Leech on Bad Boy. I get hungry. Let's see. Uchino says, yay, hey, most subscribers for Steve. Yeah, I'm hoping I can get up to that 10,000 mark soon. That'd be nice, you know. We're moving along though. We're getting up there. We got a good group of people too, and I would rather have an organic group of people that fit our group versus just having anybody come on here, because you get a lot of trolls and things like that. So that's part of taking it slow. I don't care if I'm not in a rush to get to the top, you know. I mean, I'm just happy, and it overloads me for work. So, I mean, I want to help people that want to be helped, and that's a good thing about, you know, having like right around 10,000. But I know I'm going to get more people now, and some of those people will stay subscribed, but they won't ask me as many questions and stuff like that later on. So, you know, I know we'll grow, and we'll grow organically sooner or later. Sun Moon, Steve, did you ever run into John McAfee when you lived in Belize? I had seen him there. You know, I actually ran into a relative of his too, you know. But I'd seen people around there. I believe I saw him when I first started going there a long time before. Let's see, traveling hobo, you can only apply for SRV if you are in the Philippines, according to the email I received. I don't even know if they're passing out any. I haven't heard of any email traveling hobo. Mary Rose knows more about that. You can ask her. You have to be in the Philippines to apply for the SRRV anyway. You can't apply from outside the country. You can start the process out there because you need a lot of things, traveling hobo, but you know you have to ultimately apply for the SRRV in country. Okay. Dwayne Frechette says, we were on K-Cock and McAfee was on Ambergris K. That's right, Dwayne. But he used to go over to Key Cocker also in Belize. When I first started going there, he was on that island quite a lot. What do you think is better, to be retired and locked down in the Philippines, or to be free and do whatever you want in America? Never wear a mask, and I go where I want to. What do I think? That's kind of a choice, man. You know, I don't want to go back because I just don't want to go back there. I chose to come over here. This is my place. I know we'll get out of this sooner or later, Scott. But, you know, I mean, this is my home now. You know, I have family here now, so it is what it is. I got to live with it. It's a choice I made. My wife got a reply from the PI embassy about traveling to the Philippines since she was a Filipina. We can go there now and get a 1-year visa. That's awesome, Ariel. CK Fox says, Mary Moyer is laughing. Tracy Neal, Mississippi Country Rock Blues. How dare you is the new Good Morning America. How are you? A little Willie Nelson goes a long way. JG says, Steve, if you don't mind me asking, what is your main source of income to fund your early retirement? Real estate, dividends? I got a pension, man. You know, I got a pension from the city because I retired from the city. And I also had a 403B too, and I got that. And that's how I retired early. Let's see. Uchino says, we get there, Steve. You're legit expats who can talk about Philippines without sugarcoating. Yeah, I don't like to sugarcoat anything, man. You know. See, Mary Rose Baranda is saying now, PRA will accept applications again for those over 50 years old starting the 10th of May. So there we go. There's the official thing right from Mary Rose herself. According to the PRA contact, PRA cannot announce it yet because the board resolution is still to be signed. So that's why you guys aren't getting too much information. Let's see. Traveling hobo. I get that from Mary Rose. Okay, that's where you got it from. Okay, that explains it. JM, do they have Domino's or Pizza Hut? Yeah, they have Domino's and Pizza Hut. And does it taste the same? Yes. Yep, Pizza Hut's really good here. I haven't tried Domino's though, but I would imagine it's probably the same. Shakey's is getting their pizza is very salty here. I wouldn't even eat Shakey's anymore just because of that. Kyle Dedman, Steve, you're doing great work. You're a good man. Thanks. Very informative and helpful. Thanks, man. We got another video coming out in about another hour and 15 minutes about opening bank accounts over here. If any of you got newbies out there want to know how to open a bank account, we also have a video coming out within the next 24 hours about the ACR card and how to get it and what it is. Let's see. Paul Osborne. Hey, Steve, had both vax shots. Tell the PH president that I will swap a pint of blood for entry into the Philippines. They can use my pint to give antigens to the others. There we go. Bruce Leroy, I met Willie Nelson at Kyle Petty's house in Trinity, North Carolina. That's right near Randleman. Let's see, he's about 5 feet 640. Richard was there too. Yeah, Kyle Petty's. Isn't that that's a museum now? Isn't that? It used to be Randleman, right near Randleman, I think, wasn't it? Bruce, is Trinity right next to Randleman? Let's see. Mary Rose Baranda at Traveling Hobo. Yes, correct. You have to be in the Philippines on a regular convertible 9A tourist visa to apply for the SRRV. Okay, I see what you're talking about, Mary Rose. I was wondering how they were going to be able to get tourists in here. So it's people that are already in here that have already started the process probably. Shaky Traveling Hobo says Shakey's was terrible. Yeah, it is. Chris Crawford, do you have any fear or is there any risk with SRRV being canceled or not renewed after you're established a few years? No, I don't have any fear of that because that's a permanent that's a permanent thing. So once you get that, you're a resident. Okay, even Mary Rose can talk to that. As long as you pay your fees for your IDs and stuff like that. For me, because I did the courtesy visa thing, it's $10 every year, and I just re-upped mine for 3 years. Now they only have 1 year, so they changed that. But I'm still grandfathered in for the next 3 years because I already paid in advance. But it's actually a good, really good visa, guys. If you guys are looking for a retirement visa, that's a great thing to do, and especially for veterans. I remember that in Thailand, Pizza Hut had a shrimp pizza. They actually have that over here too. They have shrimp pizza. Let's see. How much money do I need to apply for a SRRV? Uchino asks. Well, Uchino, if you go to the Philippine Retirement Authority webpage, right, they have all the answers on there because there's different ones. So it's some are like 10,000. If you're a veteran, it's like $1,500 you got to put in the account, and then $1,400 for the application fee. They have other ones that are 10,000. I think they even have other ones for 20,000 or something like that. But you have to go on there and look. Each one's different. But right now it's only for people 50 and above. So some of the other ones might be on hold right now, I would imagine. But Mary Rose can answer that even better than I can. If you shoot her an email, she can answer that. Or she might even answer it on here while we're talking. Yeah, the Pettys live in Randleman, North Carolina. Yeah, I thought so, because I used to go there. My friend lived there. Now his house is underwater now, because they did a reservoir out there, Bruce, out in Randleman. He used to own a big chicken farm out there. There was 4 brothers married 4 sisters. So they married the same family. They lived right across from the street from each other, and one of them happened to be my close friend I was in the military with. And Bruce says, yes, there is a museum there. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's no pizza like New York City pizza. JG says, the SNR has supposedly New York pizza, but it's not that great. Sun Moon, one of the SRRV requirements is to deposit money there. Can you recommend a safe bank? Mine went into BDO. Okay, I think you can put it into another account too. I'm not sure how many choices they have. Uchino says, thank you, Mary Rose Baranda. JG, best pizza is your own homemade. Yeah, you're right, K-Fox, man. Let's see, JG, I miss pizza and American Chinese food when I was there. Oh, now you got, what was it? Panda Express or something like that up in Manila. I think it's at the Venice Mall or something like that, I believe. Let's see. Mary Rose is answering right now, Sun Moon. She says only PRA accredited banks. That's what I thought. There's like BDO, and I think there's another one, or maybe there's more than two. I'm not sure. Clearly, K Fox, you don't live in New York City, or you would say that. But to each their own. Bruce Leroy, Bubba Wallace embarrassed them. Mary Rose Barrena, Smile SRV, and those under 50 years old in Classic under 50 will not be available when they resume the SRRV application. That's interesting. Thanks, Mary Rose, for telling us about that. I hope they take that off on the PRA website so it doesn't confuse people. Let's see. K Fox says, JG, did you not tried mine? Sperlin Edward says, what's Mary's email? That's in that. It's in the description unless she wants to put it up again. Mary Rose, you want to pop up your email again on here? Or you can go back. You can see it in the description of the story I did the other day with the news flash. Thank you, Stephen. Good night to everyone. Thanks, Uchino. You have a good night. Mike D says, some of the OFW there have opened legit brick and wood fired stuff. Yeah, they have some good pizza here some places. Wow, 94 people in your chat, Steve. Yeah, we're doing pretty good, K-Fox. We've actually gone up as high as 150 sometimes, but we're up late at night tonight. So Mary Rose says, you can use a PRA accredited banks or put money in the PRA account with DBP. Okay. JG BK, the only thing that matters at K-Fox is that you enjoy it. JM says, as an expat living overseas at least 11 months out of the year, you're not required to pay federal taxes. Yeah, that's true. Correct, JM. If you don't make above 97K or more than 29 days in the U.S. Let's see. Walking Onion says, JM, I think that's only up to 106K. But anyway, guys, I'm going to sign off now. I just want to come on tonight, do a quick hour. But we're gonna do this a little bit more often. I'm gonna do some more of these midnight ones. So probably like in about 2 or 3 nights, I'll do another one. So just, if you guys want to watch, just be looking for me around midnight. Okay, that's when I'm gonna come on, midnight Manila time. Okay. Let's see. Do you know many vloggers in Belize? No, I don't. All seem to be trying to promote their real estate. Yeah, most of them are like that. They don't have too many really good vloggers down there. Have to go for a walk with the dog. But how is lockdown and freedom of moving? Right now, there's not much moving around here. I'll answer a couple more, and then we're going to sign off, guys. So you have to be physically there on a 9A visa to apply for the SRRV. Right now you do, Sun Moon. I mean, you can be over here on a tourist visa like I was. I first come over here on a tourist visa. So when they open the tourist thing, you can come over here and start that process too. JM says, you as a night owl, sir. Yeah, I don't sleep. I'm an insomniac. So I stay up till like 3:30 in the morning, and I'm up sometimes early in the morning, sometimes late, depending if I can get to sleep or not. Thank you for coming on, Steve. This is a great time for Ohio. That's good, man. I think this is a great time for everybody, it seems like. Thank you. Have a great night. Thanks, bro. Keep us informed. Yeah, I'm going to look at, Mary Rose sent me that email. I'm going to look on that, guys, for all you guys that are still on here right now, about the IATA thing. And she sent me that. I'm going to look at that later on tonight. And what I'll do is, if it's something that's worth doing a video about, I'll put a video up tomorrow morning. So, or before noontime tomorrow. Okay, guys? Let's see. Mary Rose says, Sun Moon, you can start preparing your requirements, as most documents need to be apostilled in the issuing country. Yeah, Sun Moon, that apostilling things really can be a pain. So you might want to start some of your documents now. The prep is the big part. Also, guys, if you guys are doing that and you need help, or you have questions on the United States side, you can always contact me, because me and Mary Rose, we work kind of hand in hand. Like I help people on the flip side, and Mary Rose will help you with all the stuff over here. So I can help you with some stuff and give you some of the information if you have any questions, like how to go about getting the FBI report or any of that stuff. It's pretty easy to get, but I can help you with any of the questions you have. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care, guys. And probably see you in about 2 or 3 nights. Okay, I'll do another midnight one. I'm gonna do a day one probably over the next couple of days too, but I'm not sure what time I'm gonna do that. It'll probably be in the morning, Manila time. Okay, guys. God bless. Take care, guys.